copper demand story is just so strongly levered to this global green energy revolution. And that is obviously a one-way trend at the moment, which is just going to continue to grow with everyone trying to meet all their targets for net zero emissions by 2030 or 2035, as most of the countries have been moving increasingly towards. So we're very confident on the demand side. The world can't move to net zero world without substantial growth in copper demand to build out renewable energy, to build out EVs and the related charging infrastructure. That longer term supply story is just clearly that investment is just not happening. And that does beg the question, where will that copper supply come from? We've got places like Chile, Peru. A lot of mines were very disrupted by COVID over the last couple of years. They're still recovering from that. That will see their supply increasing. And we're also still seeing the fruition of previous investment cycles from the early 2010s, with new mines coming through globally through Asia, Africa, South America, all ramping up at the same time. So copper supply looks quite sufficient for the next couple of years. But beyond that, the investment pipeline is very weak. Now, we've also got the challenges that the big mining companies face these days on the environmental, political, social side of things, that the focus in those areas is obviously much greater than it used to be. And so from a company management perspective, they view those with significantly more risk than they used to. So given those geological challenges, the increased expenses, the fact it's harder to find good quality deposits, plus the increased social, environmental, political risks, that's making a lot of the mining companies very challenged in finding viable new investments. And that's why that investment cycle is just not there. On economic basis, if we've got a strong demand environment, but a lack of supply, then economics always tells us that results in higher prices. Essentially, if we don't have enough supply available, the price will have to ration the demand. That should lead to structurally higher prices for copper. Now, you can see on this price chart here, LME copper prices are already at very elevated levels. So it's clearly an opportunity for smaller miners. Of course, smaller mines may be easier to get approvals, especially if you're talking about rehabilitating previous mines. They've got a much smaller environmental footprint, bringing back jobs to areas which used to have mines rather than areas that didn't have that. That may be more palatable from an approvals perspective. There's clearly an opportunity there, certainly for the medium and longer term for smaller scale mining to fill the gap from this lack of investment in large scale greenfield projects.